Can watch it back later. Whoa, what's this?
Player, team, plant, depth view, equipment, sneak, anti-sneak.
All right, everyone, ready up.
All right, let's get it.
You go on the roof, we'll take the side windows.
Can I ball for a minute? Right on. I got this, let it roll like a night storm. Forever winning, don't you ever get it
They're
my
incoming,
way.
top level.
Otherwise, I'ma rise up in your face.
I set the tripwire.
Somebody cover the windows. I've got the ceiling. Get ready to breach.
I hear them. They're behind the wall.
I can see my name in lights. Spark from the heart and it shines so bright. Yeah, let's go, let's go, let's go. I can see my name in lights. I'm feeling alright. Yeah, so let the whole world know. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Drone out. Got him. Basement level.
We're close. Plant the EMP. Activating cloak.
He's going for the EMP.
Don't let him through. Planning now. Cover me.
We're running out of time. Take him out.
Go, go, go.
Almost there.
As the wall into A has been blown open, Karma finds the double kill. Karma with the triple, but does get refragged by its bomber. Blue does flash the site, and this is going to be big for Rebel because they've got two players. Oh my goodness, what a crazy frag as Karma finds a kill on Bray for Rebel because they've got two players. Alta looks to rotate back into Site B, and that's more information in the pocket of Infinity as it's Dolphin now moving upstairs in hot pursuit of the Dystopia players who've actually successfully moved away out of danger for the time being. They were fast enough to escape It's Dolphin and Ninja Tim, but Dolphin now over on the bridge, looking around for those players as Matt takes out 2-4-1. It's Dolphin finds the double on both Tabby and Gaijin and is just down to Juke. And and things aren't looking good for Global Dystopia. Nexus as it's Dolphin, gets Gaijin low, but drops down and finds the kill on Juke. Dolphin rotating back. Oh, Dolphin finds the kill on 241. Oh, as Tabby is taken out by GTC, and Juke will find the frag on its Dolphin. It's just down to Juke now. Kind of alone against 4 Infinity players. Does find the kill, the double kill! Oh, but Ninja Tim comes. It's just down to Lego at the moment against both Panda and Stormtroopers. Gonna need to make a move as there's less than 30 seconds on the EMP. Finds the kill on Panda, and it's just down to Stormtrooper. And Lego finds the kill on Stormtrooper. Can Lego defuse in time? We're about to find out. Gets 1, gets 2, and does get the 3rd with 6 seconds left on the EMP. A good clutch by Deadstop. Its Dolphin is actually over by the conference room, playing stealthily to try and cut off. Oh my goodness, finds a kill on 241. That's a double kill from its Dolphin right now, who tosses a great frag. Does tag Gaijin, and Dolphin does get that triple kill, but Juke will find the refrag. However, it's just down to Juke. And oh, as Blood finds the kill on Tabby, Juke looks to peek out, but Blood finds the double. It's just down to Leon versus Black Cat. Oh, as Leon very low, but did get some shots off on Black Cat right now. The only difference is that Black Cat does have a healing syringe.
The
while
EMP
Leon
is not down, so if Leon can just keep this pressure on for now. And
oh, Leon finds the headshot through the wall on Black Cat. 2 different walls as Dolphin moving into Site A, testing the water zip, but an instant is going to be tossed. It's a frag from Infinity. Damages Juke a little bit. As the wall into Site A has been blown open, its Dolphin moves in very, very low as Tabby is taken out by Mad. Dolphin getting that plant down. Gaijin taken out by the double kill. The triple kill from Mad. As Blunt takes out Alta, 241, finds a kill on Mad, and Ninja Tim takes out 241 to give Infinity the lead. Door blocker is now being shot out by .com, and both the walls go down. Flash is tossed. Shadow finds the kill on Mini Llama. Black Cat takes out Leon. Merca goes around to the left side, but Shadow finds the kill on Merca, and it's just down to Anomalous and General. This is going to be a tough push for them right now. Oh, he does set off a proximity alarm heading into Foyer. Does get Black Cat very low, but it's just down to General right now, who does toss a frag over to the right, but it's not going to find anyone quite yet. Shadow in the back over by Laundry right now. General has a lot of work to do. Gets up on the table, but is taken out by Shadow. Valkyr does blow the wall into the bar. Luna just outside now as Lego finds a kill on Panda, and Truce will find that refrag. Valkyr needs to watch behind them as Luna gets ready to swing. So 2 versus 3. Truce neutral finds the kill on Chewie. It's just down to Golden Robe and Luna. Luna finds the kill on Truce. Valkyr looks to pursue. Valkyr, oh, gets shut down by Luna, who gets a double kill for Deadstop. They actually have Brulets and Lego upstairs as the wall is broken in, and Stormtrooper finds that quick pick on Golden Robe. White over by the Welcome back, everybody, to the BCL. I'm Gibular Bob, joined today by Arca, my co-caster, and Rays on the cameras. We've got another EU matchup here for you, AESIR EU versus Nexus. And Arco, I'm pretty excited about this matchup today. 2 very, very good EU teams. What are you thinking about this match?
Yeah, of course, we've seen AESIR like really showing off their dominance. Not too much like this league, but not too much this season, but we've seen their players doing very well on other teams, like in the previous seasons. Then, of course, you have Nexus, which not a new team in the field, but like newly formed once again. And I've had some insider information, right? Scrims, very important to determining a team's position. And AESIR don't usually lose their scrims, don't usually even drop a map in their scrims, but Nexus actually got a map on them, which is very surprising. Now that was on ship. We don't know if either team will choose ship, but if ship gets chosen, that might be a really interesting game, really dangerous for AESIR because they could actually lose it.
Well, certainly, yeah. If it comes down to a Nexus pick for map number 1, then if they beat AESIR EU on ship, that would be a good map to start off with, especially since they would be starting on defense at least for now. We're currently waiting on the teams to pick out the first map. But yeah, Nexus is a team that's undergone some changes. I believe they had a couple of different roster changes, and this is a newer lineup that we're seeing here. Of course, Pixel Player, their old captain, did leave. And I believe they do have some of the original players back, but they've also got some newer ones now. So we'll see how they do. This is their first casted game in quite some time, and we'll find out just what kind of performance they put in against AESIR EU. AESIR EU, a little history lesson for you, used to be known as Fire, and then they rebranded it to match up with the top NA team, and then they became the top EU team. So they are very, very good. They've put in a great performance in pretty much every matchup I've seen them in. And yeah, you've got some of the best EU players on both teams, to be honest. There are a lot of really, really stacked players here. So I'm excited to see where this is going to go. Currently in the lobby right now, we do have Rez Silence, General Merca, and Alex Silence over on Nexus, and then AESIR EU so far, just Mr. Tabs and Rise. While we wait for the other players to reconnect. Oh, it looks like we do have... Looks like there's a third one there. Gooblin. Yeah. Gooblin's in there. My spectator's bugging out once again. But, I mean, yeah. Now, let me ask you, Arco, if you had to pick a map here, as either to, let's say you're AESIR EU and you get first map pick, where are you going?
Well, I've heard from many different teams that I have contacts with, and AESIR EU, apparently very strong on either factory and a hideout. Now, I've seen from scrims, AESIR executes on factory and AESIR executes on hideout very strong. Although, if I had to choose one, probably go factory.
Yeah, factory's certainly a good pick all around. I mean, it's been here the longest of any of the Breachers maps, the OG, if you would, been there since the beta. Let's take a look at what the predictions say. 100% of the vote went to AESIR EU, so people are pretty confident that this team is going to win. But yeah, it does look like AESIR EU is Team B, so I believe that means that they are not picking the map first, in which case we may see a Nexus pick like Arco was talking about, as it looks like we've got another AESIR EU player in the lobby. Dexter has connected as we wait now for the other two players to connect. But yeah, should be a very, very fun matchup. Welcome, of course, everybody in the chat. Agolo, I was about to shout out Stream Elements. That's the bot who is talking about Hutch 20,000 for following. Thank you for that follow. Christopher, thank you for the follow as well. Rise VR, what's going on? Jonesy, how you doing? And this, yeah, it's a good day for an EU matchup. And yeah, we'll see where this goes. Remember, of course, you can use those channel points to hype up your favorite teams and players once we get into the matchup. But yeah, it should be a lot of fun. Arco, anything to add here?
Not really. I'm just looking forward to seeing this Nexus team. Not necessarily reborn, but definitely some players that haven't played together playing on the same team, so their teamwork might be a little bit off, but I guess we shall wait and see.
Yeah, I mean, obviously when you've got some newer rosters and everything, the chemistry is a little bit different. So it can certainly affect the way you play as a team compared to a team that's played quite a bit together. But I mean, that's something that it takes practice, it takes scrims and matches. Just whenever you can get together as a team and work together, hey, maybe even try that out in ranked and see how you do as a team in ranked, the newest mode added to Breachers. It's been a long time coming. I've got demoted back down to Diamond 1, which has made me very, very depressed. Raze, have you gotten ranked yet? Well, I guess they can't hear you. But I'll ask Raze later on for his rank. He's Silver 1. Okay, thanks, Raze. So it does look like I'm on top of the caster department so far. In terms of ranking. I could be wrong, and somebody could be a lot better than I am. But anyways, it looks like most of the players have connected, at least everybody for AESIR EU. We've got Gooblin, Vino, Dexter, Mr. Tabs, and Rise, and we're just waiting on one more from Nexus. Again, Res Silence, General Merca, and Alex Silence. So yeah, should be a lot of fun here as we wait for just one more, and they're voting for the map. Have we gotten the 5th Nexus player to connect yet? I don't see one, but hopefully for these teams they can get somebody to connect soon. Map number 1, where are we going? We will find out in 3, 2, 1. It's going to be Factory. See, Arco, you were hesitant when we were talking earlier that they were going to go to Factory, but here we go. This should be a very interesting first match. And of course, we will have AESIR EU starting off on the offense. Nexus taking the defense as we see, I think, Ollie connected for AESIR EU, but we are still missing that 5th Nexus player. A couple of minutes, just 2 minutes before the 10-minute buffer wears off, and then we will be getting started here very shortly. So don't go anywhere because we're just getting into the action, and it should be a lot of fun here on map number 1. Of course, you know, both teams going to want to take the pistol round as early as possible, get themselves some rifles as early as possible. I mean, Arco, do you have an opinion on if Factory is either offense or defense sided?
From what I've seen, it feels depends on the floor. For me, like the bottom floor seems offense sided, and so does the middle floor. But then top floor seems kind of defense sided. It really just depends on how you play against the other team. On another note, I've just looked at the scrim results. Of course, I was talking about scrims of AESIR EU versus Nexus. I have access to those, and I understand why Nexus chose Factory, because they actually drew with AESIR EU on one of them. So maybe Nexus have the firepower to take down AESIR on the first map. Very interesting.
We'll certainly find out soon enough, as the last Nexus player has connected to this lobby. Factory is the first map that we're going to go to, and it looks like we are getting ready to start up map number 1 here in Factory. All the teams loading in currently is, again, AESIR EU starting off on the offense, Nexus on the defense. And we're seeing, again, apologies, the casting client does seem to be a little bit buggy, at least for me, but I'm seeing defenders buying some drones, so that is a bit interesting. But we'll see where the sites are going to be. They are on the bottom floor, receiving and workshop. And we'll see how these teams approach it. AESIR EU, I think, is a pretty aggressive team on the offense. Would you agree with that, Arco?
Yeah, I would say I've seen people call them. I've seen people say that EU is becoming a sort of NA 2.0, not just because of the rebrands, but in my opinion because of also the playstyle of some of the top teams. AESIR EU definitely represents its NA counterpart in that aggressive attack and overall aggressive tendencies. And sometimes that aggression does result in good plays, but it really depends on who you're playing against.
It does, and we'll see if Vino catches Alex Silence here, who's actually on the other side of the corner. No, Alex Silence almost goes down to Vino with a pretty good flick, but an early pick for AESIR EU to give up against Nexus. Rez is droned out. Mr. Tabs looking to find some damage here, but doesn't quite secure it. 2 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock as Alex Silence picks up another one from the hatch there. AESIR EU is a bit compromised. Not the best start for them. They lost their upstairs players. They lost control of that hatch. Alex Silence capitalized off of that and used it to find 2 of those AESIR EU players. So now the push has got to rotate a little bit. General actually waiting over in orange hallway, finds a kill on the Goblin, drops a second on Rise, and Dexter secures the refrag, is now the only member of AESIR EU standing here in round 1.
Yeah, it definitely didn't seem like that aggression worked out. Of course, it could be just the Nexus players a little bit more warmed up. I've seen that AESIR EU tend to start playing better when they play a map or two. Not two. After every map, they seem to just do better and better. So maybe these first few rounds, just like practice, just to see where they can poke around Nexus, see where they can get in, and it doesn't seem like Nexus are allowing a lot.
No, absolutely not, especially with that roamer that they had upstairs. Kind of funny how they both collided into each other, and Alex Silence ended up finding the kill. But here we see Dexter playing for picks right now, looking for Nexus to get a little bit too aggressive and maybe try and swing out, but Nexus, they don't really care. They're playing close to the site. They know that they don't have to push in a crazy fashion, and so they're just going to stick to their sites and let the time expire here. 40 seconds in this first round. But yeah, AESIR EU, I mean, they're definitely going to need to pick it back up here on the offensive half because, well, they've lost the pistol round, so they're not going to be able to buy some Vezins in the next round. So it could cause some problems for them. Dexter, of course, did get a healing syringe out of that, so not exactly the worst case scenario for AESIR EU. At least they did get a support item out of it, but certainly a very, very nice opening round for Nexus as they take round 1 here on map number 1.
Yeah, that first round they're not exactly the worst, but definitely not the best for AESIR EU. Now they won't have the economy to fight against that Nexus economy, and it might just be another round for Nexus. Of course, unless AESIR EU pull out some really big individual play, it might just easily spiral out of control and give Nexus a very big head start here.
Yeah, we'll see. They're definitely going to have to pull a good round 2 here. Maybe, I mean, they are going to be on an eco, so to say, but I've seen teams win on eco rounds before. Now, Nexus are only investing in 1 Vezin here, it seems. Yeah, it looks like only 1 rifle purchased. It's in the hands, well, it should be in the hands of Alex Silence. I'm not quite sure. Again, I do have a bug. Yeah, okay, so I'm getting confirmation from Raze now as we do see that drone moving down into storage. now taking to the blue hallway with 2 minutes 50 on the clock. It's going to drone out into lockers. They're looking to clear lockers and give their players some intel on where the defense is mainly hiding. Gooblin avoiding that frag. Very, very nice movement there as they do get the breaching foam onto the cubby wall. Mr. Tabs makes entry into Site A with 2.5 minutes on the clock. There goes the breach, the wall with that breaching foam as General's kind of stuck in a pretty tricky spot, but does manage to drop a kill on Mr. Tabs. However, will be refragged by Dexter as AESIR EU has done an excellent job getting that EMP planted very, very early.
Yeah, that push from AESIR EU, very typical of them, but fortunately, Merca and the rest of Nexus cleaning up on site. Now it's just Rise alive, playing on blue stairs. Rez Silence tries to clear him out, but Rise ducks back. He's just waiting for the tab. Deals a little bit more damage to Rez Silence, but runs away. They tap the EMP again, but not sticking it, and Rez Silence gets the final kill on Rise to secure that second round for Nexus. It seemed very close for an eco from
It defused!
AESIR.
I just realized that they didn't have enough time to defuse it.
Oh.
That's a point for AESIR EU. I was gonna say, that was shocking for a moment. I thought they had plenty of time left to defuse it until it went off. But I mean, it was good cleanup there from Nexus, but it slowed down a bit when they were looking for Rise, and Rise did an excellent job of stalling for time, making them hesitate over on Nexus, and ultimately it fell into the hands of AESIR EU, and that's got to be a little bit annoying for Nexus, to say the least.
Yeah, you really expected that to go the way of Nexus, but they really did not expect it to have not enough time. Of course, that second round, I've seen that push a lot from AESIR into lockers, and Nexus seemed to read that very well. But they didn't really push much into lockers. They just played around the storage area. A very good breach from AESIR EU, and then a very good retake from Nexus as we start round 3 here.
Round number 3 of Factory. Here we go. Rise droning out orange vendings to make entry for AESIR EU. They're coming off a bit of momentum from their previous win. Again, you can win on eco rounds. Even if you don't kill the Vezin player, you still can win if you plant that EMP and time it out. Remember, only 45 seconds on that EMP now compared to the full minute that it had been for the longest time in Breachers. But here we go. 2.5 minutes on the clock as Mr. Tabs picking up a lot of damage from General. Now does get a healing syringe off as General playing center or bomb of Site A. Goes down to Vino with a very, very nice pre-fire. And there's a frag tossed. Finds a little bit of damage onto Mr. Tabs. It looks like I'd probably call that a B-tier frag, but now 2 minutes on the clock as Gooblin over on Orange Stairs is looking to get that EMP planted, and they have to be careful upstairs as Rise is careful and finds the kill onto Alex Silence. Rez dropping 2 as we go over to Mr. Tabs and Dexter and Rise. The EMP has been planted. Rise finding the kill onto Rez with an S-tier frag as Ollie is over in Connector right now. The last member of Nexus standing. This hasn't gone their way at all, to say the least. And it's not good for them because they're losing some precious defensive rounds here.
Yeah, the mental of Nexus really has to be down here. It's like, after losing that round 2, after basically securing the round and then forgetting to defuse in time, and now losing what should have been an easy win on this round as well, going the way of AESIR EU to secure that second round, especially that kill from the double kill from Rez Silence on those stairs, definitely should have shifted the momentum of that round, but clearly not enough. And now AESIR EU seem to have that, well, they don't really have much of an economic advantage, but if they win this third round, which they've gained momentum to do, then Nexus will be in a tight spot to win any more rounds this half.
Yeah, let's take a quick look at the scoreboard here in the first half. Res Silence 4-1, General 3-3, Alex Silence and Merca both running 2-2, and then Ollie down at the bottom of the Nexus leaderboard 0-0, so having a perfect game. Actually. And meanwhile, over on AESIR EU, Gooblin 1-3, Dexter 2-1, Rise 3-2, Mr. Tabs 1-2, and Vino 1-3. AESIR EU had a very creative win there on round number 2. Round number 3, they got a little more momentum in their favor, but here we go into round number 4. Can they keep this momentum up? Gooblin's foaming the storage hatch as they're getting ready to make their move over on AESIR EU. And to Arco's point earlier, we're seeing a lot of these top EU teams turning into NA 2.0, at least in the way that they play. It used to be a little bit more passive, but now we're seeing a lot more speed coming out of these EU teams. And Mr. Tabs actually picking up a bit of damage, will get a heal off as AESIR EU are going to be playing once again in storage. Gooblin catching Alex Silence's Dexter, finds General. Ollie manages to drop Mr. Tabs before, oh my goodness, we see Dexter taking out Ollie with an S-tier frag, and here comes a breach into the room. It's just down to Merca as this defense from Nexus is falling apart a little bit. They've lost 4 of their players. It's now just down to Merca, who manages to get Gooblin, but is refragged by Vino.
Yeah, the same as last round, really. AESIR EU opening the round with a fairly aggressive push, and then winning the round with a post plant in player advantage. Of course, you could see a little bit of adjustment from the Nexus side, placing a static field emitter outside of storage, but that doesn't seem to be enough to stop them. To stop AESIR EU pushing onto that site. Now, it seems that Nexus are going to be low on economy here. It seems that only Ollie will be able to buy anything, while the rest of the team may be opting to save their economy. Well, that doesn't really seem so. They don't really seem to be that coordinated in spending their money. Whereas AESIR EU, very good economy, and they're just building momentum into this 5th round here.
Yeah, only 2 rounds left in this first half. We're at the penultimate round right now as Rez makes their way into Janitor. They started off with a nice win in the pistol round, but Nexus have been struggling a little bit in these previous rounds. Now there's the breaching foam onto the orange storage wall. I'm a bit surprised that nobody's actually in the site. Ollie is playing connector, but they typically have somebody around center as there's the breach by AESIR EU. They're just extending in, but actually this went a lot better for Nexus as Ollie finds Gooblin with a frag grenade, and we see another kill fall into their hands. Rise manages to take out Res Silence as Vino goes down to General, who's on a killing spree, looking to move out and finds the kill onto a Rise as Nexus bring it back, and well, they bring in their 2nd round here. 1 more win and they tie it up here in the first half.
Yeah, it definitely looked like Nexus noticed AESIR EU's very aggressive playstyle. They know that they like to push that storage and then breach, and that's why they played off of the site, because they were just waiting. If they're gonna get surrounded on the site, they might as well just give it up, because no matter what they do, AESIR EU will enter with the exact same pace, and that seems to really work out for Nexus here. Of course, winning them the round and giving them a little bit more economy, but AESIR EU still able to buy. Of course, it's the last round of the half, so this will really decide whether the tides turn or whether AESIR EU get that extra lead into the 2nd half.
And we'll see if they can bring in that 4-2 lead. That'd be the best case scenario for AESIR EU. Best case for Nexus, again, is that 3-3 tie. Here we go into the halftime round. Remember, after this, the sides are going to swap, AESIR EU will find themselves on the defense as Nexus will take the offensive. 2 minutes 50 on the clock as Alex Silence rotates back over into lockers. Dexter over in blue hallway. They've already made their way inside, and here comes Rise as well. Dropping Gooblin. Oh my goodness, goes down to a frag from Alex Silence. S tier frag right there. 2.5 minutes on the clock right now. Alex Silence playing over in lockers along with Merca as Res Silence does find a kill on Divino, making this a 3 versus 5. They haven't lost anybody over on Nexus just yet. 2 minutes 15 on the clock as General picks up a lot of damage from a frag. Both these teams are pretty adept at throwing frag grenades. General swings out in that breach and takes out Dexter. Just wasn't being watched, and Rise will secure that refrag. But AESIR EU are down quite a few players. Rise picks up a bit of damage from an incendiary grenade. Ollie drops Mr. Tabs. And it's now just down to Rise, who's got a 1v4 against the entirety of Nexus. And if you're Rise here, I mean, what do you do? You're in a pretty tough spot. Not a whole lot you can do. You have to play for picks, Arco.
Yeah, I've heard from players, especially on AESIR EU, that Rise is known for his clutches. He doesn't lose these, but with this many players on the side of Nexus, it doesn't really seem like that's possible. Of course, he gets one, backs back, goes back and heals up a bit. He doesn't really know where to go next. He's got 1 minute and 5 seconds left. He knows if Merca gets the Merca kill. Now it's just down to 1v2. Of course, he's rotating around through lockers. Seems to be wary that there's a player in that area on the site, but he seems to be going around. Of course, Res Silence seems to be wary, but goes back. He's gonna peek. Gets the leg kill on Ollie. Now it's just a 1v1. 40 seconds left. He's still got a ton of time to work with. Of course, he's still got to get that EMP down, but he could just hunt the last player. And he seems to be flanking around to that B site. 30 seconds left. He cloaks up. Res Silence a bit unaware. And it seems that Rise is going to flank around through the connector. Does Rez know about
Rise.
this?
Oh my god!
And Rise definitely proving himself to be the clutch king, securing that 4th round for AESIR EU and giving them that extra lead as the sides switch. Now we just have to see whether AESIR EU can keep up this dominant force on defense.
What? That was a crazy 1 versus 4 clutch from Rise. It reminded me of one of the oldest clips I have on my personal channel when I started Breachers casting. Was Rise when he was still on Wolfpack EU, dropping another 4K clutch here on Factory, and it really reminded me of that. But wow, the patience from Rise and the ability to pick apart the Nexus defense like that. I mean, at that point when you're Nexus, you really want to be grouping up together as a team. And, you know, if you swing with numbers, you will probably get that kill. I mean, you're just overwhelming them. They can only shoot at 1 person at a time, and you have, you know, 4 people shooting. So it was a bit of a misplay by Nexus, one that Rise absolutely capitalized off of. Very, very nice clutch for AESIR EU, as now Nexus find themselves on the other side of the coin. They may be able to find some momentum here on the offense, and we'll see if AESIR EU can extend their lead even further. They're now 2 rounds up against Nexus. Alex Silence over on the flank over by Site B may be able to catch some of these Nexus players off guard. We'll see if they manage to do that. Merca getting ready with the breaching foam. There the hatch goes. Dexter waiting over in Site A. Where's Alex Silence? They're all the way over in lobby right now. And they're taking their time here over on Nexus when it comes to this offensive round. We'll see. Maybe they can catch AESIR EU off guard. but it will still be quite difficult to do so. Gooblin picking up Merca as Rez and Ollie upstairs. Ollie moving downstairs. General clearing out lockers, but AESIR didn't send any roamers upstairs. Mr. Tabs is downstairs instead.
Yeah, you can definitely see the differences in the playstyle from AESIR and Nexus. AESIR having that aggressive playstyle. Rise spotting Alex Silence and getting the kill on that area and pushing into that server. But you have look at Nexus. They're all just waiting. Mr. Tabs gets the kill on Ollie though. Res Silence breaking the window and Vino capitalizing, but not enough. Res Silence gets the kill, throwing some nades, but dying to Mr. Tabs. Now it's just down to a not favorable position for Nexus. It's a 4v1 for General here, and it doesn't seem like he'll be able to do much. His first engagement might be Gooblin here, although Mr. Tab's rushing it in to peek. He spots General. They both deal a little bit of damage to each other. Gooblin peeks him down to just 9 HP. That's not a lot, but it could be enough in a 1v4. And General just waiting on these orange stairs. He might not be able to do much in the 20 seconds left in this round. He's just waiting for an over peak. Mr. Tap's pushing in, but Dexter's got his back, getting the kill on General and securing that 5th round for AESIR. And this momentum for AESIR seems to really be getting out of hand. How will Nexus respond?
Yeah, certainly didn't go the way they wanted it to on Nexus. They broke apart very, very fast, and unfortunately for them, AESIR are now able to purchase some rifles. Mr. Tab's going to pick up one, and that could cause a lot of problems for Nexus if they can't do it. I mean, hey, maybe we might see a repeat of history and they get the EMP planted and defuse on AESIR. That would be very, very entertaining. But before we do that, let's take a look at the scoreboard once again. I'm just realizing this. Every AESIR player is the final prestige. They're generals. That's what it is. General 38 from Rise, Venus 49, and everybody else is 50. Wow. A lot of dedication there. Anyways, Rise 10-3, Gooblin 3-6, Dexter 6-3, Mr. Tabs 4-5, and Vino 2-6 over on Nexus. Res Silence 7-5, General 6-6, Ollie 4-3, Alex Silence 3-5, and Merca 3-6. As we get right into round number 8. Here in the second half of map 1. Just one more win from AESIR will put them on match point. And then the only thing Nexus can hope to do is tie it up. We'll see if that happens or not, as Res Silence moving over to the orange hallway window. Looking to find, I think maybe got a little tag onto Mr. Tabs there. Gooblin quite damaged as Alex Silence, Ollie, and Merca all outside of orange storage. They've lost General very early in this round. And Vino looking for some damage onto Res Silence, but Res will win that engagement.
Yeah, you could see at the start of the round, AESIR taking like a lot of control of storage, but Nexus able to take that back here. You have 3 players pushing into storage. It doesn't seem like they're going for any flank plays here, but it seems like the AESIR players wary of their own mistakes, and they're also playing off the site here. We have Mr. Tabs playing that off angle as they breach. Dexter throws the nade, gets the kill on Ollie. As Bob would say, an S-tier frag. Merca, the only one alive, shortly dead. I just cursed him, Gooblin. Oh wait, it doesn't even matter. I thought there was only one alive, but Alex Silence coming from the top down into the janitor hallway, and he seems. Oh, he shoots a bit at Mr. Tabs. notifying the entire team of his presence. Mr. Tab's pushing a little bit, but Alex Silence not willing to take that fight. Mr. Tabs though is, and with just 6 HP left, gets the kill on Alex Silence, securing that guaranteed draw, maybe, and it seems very likely to be a win for ACU, but they've got that 6th round, and Nexus, very hard first game, very hard start to the second half. It seems very unlikely for Nexus to be able to win this, but anything's possible, and we just have to wait and see.
Certainly a good round for AESIR. One more here is going to push them onto a win in the entirety of map 1. They've certainly done an excellent job coming back from that early loss in the pistol round, and then Nexus did, of course, pick up a second on them, but 6-2, it's definitely gone AESIR's way here on map 1. We'll see if they can continue this, into the rest of this second half. It's certainly possible that Nexus could start playing really, really well and then pick up another 4 rounds in a row to tie up this first map and then guarantee that we go to a third. But hey, we'll see. AESIR has been on fire, so it could certainly go their way as well. Anyways, Merca and Ollie making their way on a bridge in assembly as Vino has picked up a lot of damage early into round number 9 here with 2 minutes 35 seconds on the clock. Merca, Ollie again on bridge as General watching the skylight, and the push is coming through a pretty unconventional spot. It's coming through assembly, which you don't often see. Usually the pushes onto site A through the orange half of the map, but maybe Nexus are going to go for site B, in which case I'm a little worried. Site B is a pretty hard push to execute properly, but they may decide to go for site A. We'll see. I've certainly seen pushes where they do go through control room here, but I'm wondering if that is what the play is going to be from Nexus. Anyways, 1:50 on the clock as Mr. Tabs is all the way over in lobby, making their way up slowly to assembly. But we see all 5 players from Nexus are in assembly. There's 1.5 minutes on the clock. I mean, Arco, they're taking a lot of time here with this push.
Well, they could be wary. AESIR, they are known to be that aggressive team, and they might just over-aggress a little bit too much, giving Nexus that early pick that they need. And Mr. Tabs actually getting a kill on Ollie, and Vino able to get that kill on Merca. There, only Roma dying, with the rest of the players just sitting around, dealing a lot of damage to Vino. But it seems that some of the players running back to B, if they're ready to push that B site, then they must have a plan involved in mind. We see that one of the players triggering that alarm, but Mr. Tab's able to get that kill on Res Silence, getting 2, and Dexter cleaning it up. This round is all over the place, and what a game. Nexus definitely showed that they can be competition, but AESIR EU shutting that all down. I really want to get some perspectives from both players, but I guess we just have to only receive that in text form from the chats. But what do you think of this game, Bob?
Well, it's certainly a very, very interesting map 1, and I agree. We saw some moments of promise there from Nexus, but it didn't quite work out in their favor in the end there. 7-2 came very, very well in favor of AESIR. But taking a look at the scoreboard, Rise 10-3, Mr. Tabs 10-5, Gooblin 4-6, Dexter 8-3, and Vino 3-7. Over on Nexus, Res Silence 8-7, General 6-8, Ollie 4-5, Alex Silence 3-7, and Merca 3-8. So while we wait for, while we wait for these teams to pick next map, I'm wondering where we're going to go. Okay, I think we're seeing either some side swap or we may be getting a server reset. But yeah, very, very good opening map for AESIR EU. And we'll see if they can carry that momentum as they move into a second map. And, I mean, Arco,
Yeah.
I mean, how would you go ahead and get momentum back if you are Nexus? What would you do?
Well, I've received information from one of the players that they're taking a 10-minute break actually to restart the servers. So a 10-minute break is definitely enough time to reset that mental, and a reset of mental is definitely what Nexus needs, right? They've just lost a lot of rounds, and it definitely wasn't what they were expecting. Of course, Nexus have shown the potential to draw against AESIR EU, the current dominant force in EU, but it doesn't seem very possible. Of course, AESIR EU shutting that down. Nexus really need to change something to be able to win that second map and then go to a third and potentially win that. But the first step in that is definitely resetting mental, and I don't really know the players of Nexus, but with this 10-minute break they should be able to do that.
Yeah, and while we wait for this 10-minute break to expire, we will be right back. Don't go anywhere, though, because Map 2 is certainly going to be just as interesting. We'll be right back. As the wall into A has been blown open, Karma finds the double kill. Karma with the triple, but does get refragged by its bomber. Blue does flash the site, and this is going to be big for Rebel because they've got two players. Oh my goodness, what a crazy frag as Karma finds a kill on Bray for Rebel because they've got two players. Alta looks to rotate back into Site B, and that's more information in the pocket of Infinity as it's Dolphin now moving upstairs in hot pursuit of the Dystopia players who've actually successfully moved away out of danger for the time being. They were fast enough to escape It's Dolphin and Ninja Tim, but Dolphin now over on the bridge, looking around for those players as bad. It takes out 2-4-1. It's Dolphin finds the double on both Tabby and Gaijin, and it's just down to Juke. And things aren't looking good for Global Dystopia. Nexus as It's Dolphin gets Gaijin low, but drops down and finds the kill on Juke. Dolphin rotating back. Oh, Dolphin finds the kill on 2-4-1. Oh, as Tabby is taken out by GTZ, and Juke will find the frag on It's Dolphin. It's just down to Juke now. Kind of alone against 4 Infinity players. Does find the kill, the double kill! Oh, but Ninja Tim comes. It's just down to Lego at the moment against both Panda and Stormtroopers. Gonna need to make a move as there's less than 30 seconds on the EMP. Finds the kill on Panda, and it's just down to Stormtrooper. And Lego finds the kill on Stormtrooper. Can Lego defuse in time? We're about to find out. Gets 1, gets 2, and does get the 3rd with 6 seconds left on the EMP. A good clutch by Deadstop. It's Dolphin is actually over by the conference room, playing stealthily to try and cut off. Oh my goodness, finds a kill on 2-4-1. That's a double kill from It's Dolphin right now, who tosses a great frag. Does tag Gaijin, and Dolphin does get that triple kill, but Juke will find the refrag. However, it's just down to Juke. And oh, as Blood finds the kill on Tabby, Juke looks to peek out, but Blood finds the double. It's just down to Leon versus Black Cat. Oh, it's Leon very low, but did get some shots off on Black Cat right now. The only difference is that Black Cat does have a healing syringe.
The
while
EMP
Leon...
is not down, so Leon can just keep this pressure on for now. And
oh! Leon finds the headshot through the wall on Black Cat. 2 different walls as Dolphin moving into Site A, testing the water zip, but an instant is going to be tossed. And it's a frag from Infinity. Damages Juke a little bit as the wall into Site A has been blown open. It's Dolphin moves in very, very low as Tabby is taken out by Mad. Dolphin getting that plant down. Gaijin taken out by the double kill. The triple kill from Mad as Blunt takes out Alta. 2-4-1 finds a kill on Mad, and Ninja Tim takes out 2-4-1 to give Infinity the lead. Door blocker is now being shot out by .com, and both the walls go down. Flash is tossed. Shadow finds the kill on Mini Llama. Black Cat takes out Leon. Merca goes around to the left side, but Shadow finds the kill on Merca, and it's just down to Anomalous and General. This is going to be a tough push for them right now. Oh, it does set off a proximity alarm heading into Foyer. Does get Black Cat very low, but it's just down to General right now, who does toss a frag over to the right, but it's not going to find anyone quite yet. Shadow in the back over by Laundry right now. General has a lot of work to do. Gets up on the table, but is taken out by Shadow. Valkyr does blow the wall into the bar. Luna just outside now as Lego finds a kill on Panda, and Truce will find that refrag. Valkyr needs to watch behind them as Luna gets ready to swing. So 2 versus 3. Truce neutral finds the kill on Chewy. It's just down to Golden Robe and Luna. Luna finds the kill on Truist. Valkyr looks to pursue. Valkyr, oh, gets shut down by Luna, who gets a double kill for Dead Stop. They actually have Brulitz and Lego upstairs as the wall is broken in, and Stormtrooper finds that quick pick on Golden Robe. White over by the EMP. Can swing it in case it gets taken. That's a good frag. And Lego is taken out by Panda. As we are probably approaching the 30-second warning on the EMP right now. Brellis over in the family room, exchanging some fire, but Deadstop needs to recover this ground here. Panda very low on health, on 9. Stormtrooper takes out Luna. Truce neutral finds the kill on Brolitz. It's just down to Jewy here against all 5 Lord players. About to get swung and taken out by Truce neutral to give Lord their first round.
Tabs does pick off one here in the front lobby, the other one falling back into A. But now they once again have complete control of this front lobby, able to go in. Let's see, now they just have complete control of A. Bagel does get the kill off Hickman. Now coming around the corner to back him up. Zav takes out Bagel with the grenade. Zav takes out Exodin. Zav now in B. It's just Namo left, and he's pinned down from both angles. Speckles takes him out, and that is another round to RVL with brilliant coordination.
Good right now. Oh, we might see an early grenade.
That grenade does a lot of damage to Tonic himself, though. Well placed. If he didn't get back in time, that could have ended badly for him. That grenade perfectly through the door.
Oh, that was close.
Almost got Hickman there, and they take out Tonic with a second grenade. Speckles does. Going in, there's Exo. Speckles just instantly going in, taking him out. Tabs takes out Namo. That's gonna leave just 2 members, only one of which is on the site under attack, being pushed from 4 angles. Tabs takes out Backhoe, and Tabs goes in. And looks like Namo's gonna be coming in through here. Gonna be, and Tonic gonna come across Romer Caramels hiding in this corner. Just making himself as making sure he can't be seen from that window. Tonic droning in. Caramel swinging down. He takes out Exo. He takes out Namo. There's just Tonic left.
It's on the drone.
Outside.
Dude, what?
It's on the drone. Caramel's getting the 3k. Lining up for another 3k here. Can he get the kills? He's wall banging one window. he just had the sight lined up to kill one with a perfect headshot. You know, Caramels takes out Exit, and Tabs dropping down takes out Tonic, takes out Choo Choo. Hickman takes out Badcool. Now it's just Namo. Breacher's ritual. Yeah.
If he throws a grenade in there, he'll get him.
There it goes. No, the ritual side.
All that work.
And Speckles takes that Badcool. They're just peeking that. Taking shots here. Tabs takes out Exo. Choo Choo takes out. Tabs takes out Choo Choo as well. Caramel's taking out Namo. Once again, they're not even making it in the building. Just Tonic left, and they're putting a door blocker on there. Tabs runs out from underneath and gets the kill.
2 versus 2 as iBlame enters the garage. Ray Talker is very well hidden right now, looking for iBlame as EMP is being planted. And iBlame will take out Sauceman. Doesn't know that Retalker's in there. Oh, does! And Retalker turns away at the wrong time as iBlame finds that kill on Retalker. And
Caramel's pushing up this long hallway here. They hear the push. They're gonna be preparing for it. Exo coming in the window alongside Choo Choo. I'm gonna be droning, but the drone gets taken out by a grenade. Tabs takes out Namo, who was on the other side.
Oh, they better not. Oh. The drone guy's exposed.
Here comes Speckles. Choo Choo takes out Speckles for the refrag. Caramel getting a 3K. No. Again, that's another round to RVL. Caramel's going crazy this game.
Welcome back, everybody, to the BCL. We've had our short little 10-minute break, and the teams are ready to go once again. We're just getting everybody into the lobby now. Here on map number 2. Map number 1, if you're just joining us, was Factory. Went 7-2 in favor of AESIR EU. Map number 2, we'll see where they're going pretty soon. But hey, I mean, Arco, if you were one of these teams, I mean, if you're Nexus and you're picking the map, you just lost on Factory, where are you going now?
Well, from scrim results, I guess the next best thing would be on ship. If I load up these scrim results, where are they? I don't know where they are. Yeah, it wasn't too big of a lead, but they did win 7-5 against AESIR EU on ship. So unless they've got some brilliant plan cooked up on some other map, I think that's their next best go-to. And I don't really know. I can't see anything else from them to do with maps, but yeah, for me it's ship. Oh wait, but it's hideout. Yeah, no. People would say that hideout's also one of AESIR EU's best maps, so I don't know what Nexus are doing here, but I mean, if they're picking hideout, they definitely have some plan. But we saw that with Factory, and that didn't really work out. So we might have some doubts, but just trust the process. Trust the Nexus players. If they can win, let them win.
Yeah, I mean, Nexus, we'll see. Maybe they can bring a win home on map number 2. Let's take a look at the prediction. It was up for 5 minutes while we were on the break. 91% of people watching the stream voted for AESIR EU. 4 people there, with somebody putting in 500 points. Christopher putting in 500. I hope you guys are going all in the chat. You got it. That's the only way to win here. You got to win big or lose big. Nexus, 9% of the vote there. 2 people voted for Nexus. Goatboy putting in 70 on Nexus. Of course, a quick shout out. Last stream I did miss this. 99 bits coming in from Smoked Salmon. Big thank you. Raze, I hear you snickering in the background. I'm sorry I missed it, but now I see it. So thank you, Smoked Salmon, if you do watch back this VOD. But in any case, we are getting ready to go here, just waiting on a couple more players to load in. But hideout map number 2 should be a lot of fun. Again, this is a little less of an OG map than Factory, but still it's an OG map because Factory was around since the alpha of Breachers, and then when it released, it was joined by Hideout and Skyscraper. So those are kind of the iconic 3 maps that were later joined by Ship and Arctic. But players have a lot of experience on Factory. They have a lot of experience on Hideout as well. It's probably one of the most commonly played maps in Breachers competitive. And I definitely would say that it's between Factory and Hideout, but I would say maybe Hideout is probably the most common map ever used in Breachers competitive. I mean, it's in most of the casts I've done, but yeah, either way, should be a fun little map. Number 2. Shout out to people in the chat. Beaver, Wee Laddie, Parl. Thanks for everybody for joining up here. Mr. Tabs joined us during the break. And we are, of course, getting ready to start up map number 2 over on Hideouts. As, of course, we do have for AESIR EU, Gooblin, Dexter, Vino, Rise, and Mr. Tabs. And over on Nexus, we have Rez Silence, Alex Silence, General Merca, and we're waiting on just one more comeback from Nexus. And then we'll be good to start up map number 2 here, but should be a lot of fun to see here. Map 1, of course, it had a lot of action there, especially a beautiful 1 versus 4 clutch from Rise. It looked like it was going to be a bad loss for AESIR EU, but Rise completely turned it around. So we'll see. Maybe they can do that again over on AESIR EU and quickly dispatch Nexus. But I don't think Nexus are going to be keen to doing that. And if the previous map was anything to go off of, it's that Nexus are certainly not a team, that are terrible. They put in a good match. They put in quite a few good rounds against AESIR EU. It got very close. But here we go as we get ready to head into map number 2, which is going to be Hideout. This is the make or break point for Nexus as they move in, starting off on the defense. AESIR EU taking the offense, and we'll see how these teams play here on map number 2. The sites are downstairs in both the gym and the bar. And Arco, if you had to start off on a particular side here, where would you pick?
Well, I haven't really seen much play from both of these teams on Hideout, but they'll probably have to go into gym. It seems like the more popular site to enter here, but it seems that there are 3 players lurking around outside, closer to the A area. They could just be waiting to breach through some teen and catch and push B instead, but they may just really read Nexus, like do the counter reads, and the reading's really difficult. But I mean, if both teams are able to do it, then fine, right? Of course, Gooblin, Vino pushing down the stairs into the cellar room, and the nade coming through. Gooblin able to dodge the damage, takes nothing. A good attempt. Alex Silence peeking, but Vino up behind him, trading shots. Alex Silence gets the kill on Vino, but Mr. Tabs trades him. General trades him again, but Mr. Tabs throws the nade on his death. A great kill, but it's not looking good. We have a 2v3 for AESIR EU here. They seem to be heading over to B area. Gooblin planting off the site. He taps it. Merca pushing in. Manages to kill the EMP planter, but Dexter gets Merca, but isn't able to kill the 2 flankers, and that's the first round for Nexus on Hideout. Now we saw this before on Factory, that Nexus won that first round, but then they made a silly mistake on the second round where they should have won. Now hopefully they don't repeat that. It seems to be the top floor, but I could be mistaken. And they are buying some rifles. Oh, it's just one. No rifles. he seems to really be saving their economy here. Of course, they're wary that AESIR could just push in, get all the kills, and win that second round, win that economic advantage. And that's exactly what AESIR are trying to do. Mr. Tabs with the rifle buy here, still able to purchase a lot of stuff, and AESIR, they're planning something.
And we'll see what they do. It was certainly a good opening from AESIR. I liked how creative their switch up was. They started off by bar, and then they rotated back over to gym. Oh, look at that. You see a frag cooking. Interesting strategy there from Mr. Taps. Found some damage onto General. But anyways, it was a better opening for Nexus. They just had their bases covered, and they knew to double swing and not give AESIR any kind of ones. But Gooblin now dropping into site A, getting that EMP planted. Can it happen? There's a frag toss, and it manages to get planted, but they quickly lost 2, traded for another 2 as Vino finds some. Mr. Tabs dropping Alex Silence. Remember, this is supposed to be an eco round for AESIR EU, as they do still have their Vezin player up. They don't want to get timed out again. This would be horrible if it happened twice in a row to Nexus. Mr. Tabs is going to have to make a move here. Going to have to stand up, find some damage onto Rez, who, oh my goodness, Mr. Tabs found one. Now Ollie is going to go for it, but has to sit on the EMP at the same time, looking to bait it out. Mr. Tabs' plan is very smart. Goes down to Ollie. Can only get it defused in time. There's 1, there's 2. Oh, it happens with just 0.38 seconds left on the clock. 0.3 of a second. Oh my goodness. Ollie clutches it up, and it was a good attempt from Mr. Tabs. But in the end there, they just peaked it a little bit too much, and then it fell in favor of Nexus. But this is a good opening for Nexus. I mean, they've picked up 2 rounds now, which is they're breaking the old habits from Factory.
Yeah, Nexus definitely learning from their past mistakes, and they've got a very good start here. They've got those 2 rounds, and I must say there may have been a bit of luck involved in that second round, but that's just me. Of course, you have many of the players in this game with high skill ceilings, and that could have definitely been a factor. But if it really was just luck, then Nexus, they can't really be relying on that, and they're getting ready to receive this top floor push into balcony from AESIR EU. Not pushing too much, the drone trying to clear as much as possible, and both teams peeking a little by little, trying to get some information. Oh, the sensor goes off.
A lot of damage through that wall as a frag is tossed out. Oh my goodness, S-tier frag as Alex Silence catches Gooblin. There's a frag toss into the back of bathroom, as Rez tossing another frag out in response. And they did manage to lose Gooblin over on AESIR EU. There goes the wall into Site A as another frag is tossed. Dexter finds General. S-tier frags exchange between both of these teams. And there's the EMP. It's been planted as Vino finds Rez Silence here on round number 3, and they've got the EMP planted, and at this point, Arco, they have an easy job on AESIR EU. All they have to do is watch, play this safe, don't get too aggressive, and they'll have this EMP defused in no time.
Yeah, this is definitely looking different to the previous round. Of course, AESIR EU have many more players. It seems very unlikely for Nexus to be able to do anything here, but they've shown it before. They can win these retakes. Mr. Tabs pushing onto the side, though. He's looking for those kills. He may be able to spot Ollie here. And does he get the kill? He doesn't seem to. Ollie, get off! Mr. Tabs! But, unfortunately, Mr. Tabs can't live. Merker getting the kill on him. But AESIR EU able to make it out of the third round with a round win. But Oh my days, that flick from Mr. Tabs. That was something, and it definitely represents the skill of the top, the debatable. But I don't think it's very debatable that they're the top team in EU. They've definitely proven themselves, and I think the fans of ACU just hope that round after round ACU come back and are able to get that 4-2 lead. Of course, it seems probable they've just gained the momentum from that third round, but into the fourth round here, and we don't know what to expect from these past 3 rounds.
It was certainly a bit of a slower opening from AESIR EU, giving up 2 rounds to Nexus to start off this first half, but they're starting to get their pace back here as they find their first round. One more will tie it up. So, I mean, certainly AESIR EU isn't out of this. I mean, we're really early here. This is only the first half of the second map, so things can change. Nexus can potentially build up their lead even more. AESIR EU can start catching momentum of their own as Vino signaling the drone to move into Garage, where they don't have anybody stationed over on Nexus. This is concerning me a little bit. You don't want to give up too much real estate to your opponent so early on. Goblin actually picking up a lot of damage through that wall as Dexter getting ready to toss a frag into sight. Oh my goodness, Alex Silence ripping apart the AESIR EU offense. It's now just down to Rise and Dexter against 4 members of Nexus. You've got to have somebody watching that flank. Devastating mistake for AESIR EU to make, and it really cost him it. I mean, Alex Silence swinging in, catching 3. Only a minute 45 seconds left to go in this round, Arco. Do you think Rise and Dexter can clutch it up like they did in the previous map?
I mean, Rise definitely showed that he can 1v4 against Nexus, and there'd be no problem. But he's also got Dexter alive to help him out. Now it's just a 2v4, right? They need to get 2 kills each, something like that. And Dexter starting off with the first on Res Silence, breaching in, very aggressive push here. But he goes down to Ollie, and Rise not able to show that clutch potential and gets mowed down, giving another round to Nexus. This is looking really bad.
For AESIR EU, not for Nexus, but I mean, if Ollie didn't get the kill there, Mirka would have gotten it, because AESIR EU just were not watching that flank. They got picked apart in the beginning of the round, and then Mirka walked right in and was about to take out Rise, but Ollie found the kill first. Let's take a look at the scoreboard here in the first half as we move into the penultimate round once again. Ollie 5-1, Alex Silence 6-3, Rez 2-3, Mirka 3-2, and General 1-4. Over on AESIR EU, Dexter 4-3, Mr. Tab 6-4, Vino 3-3, Goblin 0-4. Who are we missing here? Rise is disconnected for Nexus, or excuse me, for AESIR EU. Oh, there's Rise. Do we have their data? 0-3 as well. So not a particularly good start for AESIR EU, but going swimmingly for for Nexus. We'll see if they can continue keeping that momentum up. They put in a great defense so far. Best case scenario right now for AESIR EU is to tie it up heading 3-3 into the second half. Best case for Nexus, well, that is to go 5-1. They still have the potential to do that. Alex Silence got droned out, instead deciding to go to the up the big stairs, not down the big stairs and back to their to the safety of their site, but instead up. And they may find a pick here, possibly onto AESIR EU. We'll see if they manage to do that, though. Vino's waiting in Garage, playing the patient game, and Alex Silence is also deciding to play the patient game. Meanwhile, over by Family Room and now heading down the small stairs is Dexter, while we see Mr. Tabs rotating through Kitchen. They're playing cautiously. They don't want to give up their flanks again, over on AESIR EU, but it's a battle of patience. Can Alex Silence once again devastate this? We'll find out soon enough. Alex Silence heading down the big stairs as Merca firing some shots at Rise and Vino. Rez Silence dropping Gooblin, who dropped through the garage hatch. Ollie is overwhelmed on site A by Dexter and General, who picks up one. General dropping two, shutting down this push. Alex Silence drops Vino, and it's now just down to Rise once again. Oh my goodness. And Alex Silence just ripping through this AESIR EU offense. Arco, wow, this isn't going well for them at all over on AESIR EU.
Yeah, this looks nothing like AESIR EU fans expected. We saw on map 1 that very dominant map score of 72 to AESIR EU, but they're definitely not showing it on Hideout. Of course, you would expect AESIR EU to be warmed up. They gain their skill over time, and they may have just wasted it in map 1 because they're down 3 rounds in this half, and the best thing they can do is get another round and still be down 4-2. It looks really bad for AESIR EU here, but they may just be able to earn it back. This map, they could be very good on the defense, but just have to wait and see.
And wait and see we shall as we enter into round number 6. Gooblin opening with a pick. It gets responded to by Alex Silence, and Gooblin dropping a second kill, indicating to Nexus that AESIR EU has had enough, and they're deciding now to end this winning streak they've had, go 4-2 into the second half. And if they put up a good defense and they give themselves some padding, AESIR EU could turn this around and still be tricky. It's not an easy job to bring it back, but it is certainly still possible for AESIR EU to win this by all means. There goes the breach into Site A. And if you'll remember, the last time it was this site, they did manage to pull out a win here over on AESIR EU. Vino taking out 1 static, 2 statics, as the EMP is tossed, and Dexter looks to get that planted. Dexter dropping Merca. Vino finds Ollie. It's now just down to Rez Silence in a round that has collapsed for for Nexus. AESIR EU getting that EMP planted, and now Rez is going to have to drop 4 kills and clutch up in the same fashion that Rise did in map number 1. Will be tough, but Rez may be able to do it. It's going to require a lot of patience here, but again, actually, that's not something you can afford to do. There is only 45 seconds left on the EMP, and it's ticking down every moment that we're speaking here. Gooblin goes down to Rez, and Vino catches a refrag to make it a 4-2 game heading into the second half.
Yeah, I mean, we've definitely seen from Rez Silence that he can put out some very good kills, but it doesn't seem like in that situation he could do such damage to AESIR EU. Now the sides have switched. AESIR EU are on that defense. They definitely on map 1 picked it up on defense, even though they had that dominant lead. They didn't let Nexus win a single map, which is very impressive, but they're definitely not showing that skill in the second map. But we just have to see, because AESIR EU, they could turn this all around. They're the best team in EU for a reason, but Nexus could just upset that. I've been saying this a lot, but we shall wait and see.
And we'll find out as the teams swap over to different sides now. Again, Nexus on the offense, AESIR EU on the defense. AESIR's given themselves some padding here. They went 4-2, so they have room to make some mistakes, give up some rounds if they have to. But it would certainly be nice for them if they could open things up with a pistol round. Mr. Tabs is very, very hurt. I'm not sure how they picked up so much damage, maybe from Rez, but Mr. Tabs is gonna have to be very, very careful here as they make their way into pantry. Alex Silence watching that pantry door. Oh my goodness, they turn around. What? They turn around and... Did Alex Silence really not see Mr. Tabs? I guess not, because Mr. Tabs found the kill on Merca before getting refragged by Ollie. What the heck was that? It looked like Alex Silence looked at Mr. Tabs. They looked at each other and they had an unspoken agreement to not kill each other. That's what it looked like, at least to me. But anyways, Vino and Dexter down in storage, as it looks like Nexus are going to try and take control of the hatch down into gym, close off the boiler room rotation. With only 1:40 left on the clock, Rise picks up a lot of damage and it's just picked apart by that Nexus offense. They now have to sit back in the fort with just 1:30 left on the clock. So AESIR's playing their time considerably well here. They're just going to have to keep stalling Nexus for as long as possible so that they can make a move.
Yeah, you can definitely see AESIR managing their aggression, and they're just waiting, like Nexus did map 1, they're just waiting for this push. You've got 3 players holding that B site. Goblin. Oh! The drop from Nexus, able to get Rise and Goblin. Now it's just down to 4v2. The nade coming in, but not able to do much. Dexter getting 2. He might be able to pull this back, but Ollie getting the kill on Dexter. Now it's just a 1. Oh no, it isn't. Nexus win that round. It was a good attempt from AESIR, but not enough. And it seems like the lead is just running away. They've lost the momentum. AESIR has a very hard time regaining any map points. They could definitely be struggling with mental as you see from a lot of these players. It could be the same thing that happened to Nexus last game, that they don't win a single round on the second half, and it goes to map 3, which will be very interesting.
Let's take a look at the scoreboard real quick. Dexter 7-5, Mr. Tabs 8-7, Vino 5-5, Goblin 2-7, and Rise 0-6 at the moment. Meanwhile, over on Nexus, Ollie 7-3, Alex Silence 10-4, Rez 5-5, General 4-6, and Merca 3-4. It just really hasn't been a good map for AESIR, has it? I mean, now they're on they're on another eco round, and Nexus are going to be purchasing some Vezins. Mr. Tabs goes for an early play, or an early pick, goes down to Alex Silence. They're just not playing this like the AESIR EU we know and love. They've had a lot of struggle here. Vino's caught by Alex Silence, and Dexter manages to drop the Vezin player. This could be the moment. Everything turns around for Nexus, but, well, there are 2 rifles up. Merca also has a Vezin. So now the pressure's on Goblin to make this Vezin work and find some picks here. Dexter, of course, can put that RCP to use. They're going to go for the win here. They'd rather end things on map 2 than push for a 3rd map over on AESIR. So we'll see if that happens or not. 2 minutes on the clock now, as we see a 4-stack of Nexus players over in Garage. Dexter looking for some damage as Merca rotates over to Laundry. There goes a flash into the back of the site. There goes a frag into the back of site B. Neither one of them catching Dexter. Well, I guess the flash did, but there goes the breach, the double, the 2-prong. As we see another flash tossed in. Goblin looking to make use of that Vezin, can't go down. Rise might be able to recover it, but Dexter drops one, Goblin drops one. General moves in and is picking up some damage from Dexter, and Dexter finds that. It's now just down to Ollie, who does have... Oh no, they only have a Cyclone! Oh my goodness! Merca went down over... Oh, wow. Goblin finds the kill onto Ollie. It's a 3-5 game as AESIR, this is why you go 4-2 instead of 5-1, because this might be the start of their comeback.
Yeah, definitely. Forget anything I said about not having that that momentum, that mental in check. AESIR just proving me wrong. They're definitely. I mean, there was some show of individual skill there with the rifles, but now it doesn't matter as all of AESIR have enough economy to buy all rifles, and Nexus are going to challenge that with some buys. They might be going for a half buy of force, but definitely looks interesting. We have to see whether AESIR just fluked that round or whether they're actually mounting a comeback.
Well, we'll see. I mean, AESIR, they're not a team that puts up too many flukes, I would say. I think they've got the capacity to turn this around and win against Nexus. But hey, we'll see. Nexus has been playing extremely well here on map number 2, so they can absolutely change this and bring it back. Oh my goodness, nobody's over in site A, and they may be able to do this even if it's Rise in there. I mean, this could go really bad for AESIR EU if it's a full send into site A. We'll see. That's where they're stacking right now. Looks like some are heading over to Wine Cellar as Res Silence in general hanging outside a bar. There goes the breach. It looks like it was a red herring from Nexus to try and throw off AESIR EU a bit, and Rise has immediately called out to their team that the push is coming on to site A. Mr. Tab's going for the rotate. Goblin sticking over to Waterfall with 2 minutes on the clock. I mean, we're seeing a development from Nexus, but it is a very slow push.
Yeah, they're definitely working the ground. They're doing a little bit of what AESIR EU did last game, seeing what they can poke in their enemy, seeing what flaws the enemy team has. And flaws, they may have many, but it doesn't seem enough to be such a flawless victory. They're definitely putting up a fight, not as dominant as first game, but they are showing promise to get that second victory. But they're playing it really slow. Alex Silence might be peeking into Mr. Tabs though, trading shots a little bit, but no damage was dealt, and Nexus just retreating back. It seems fairly unclear of what Nexus want to do. They're just waiting around. Seem to be rotating over to the other side, but they do seem to be regrouping for that gym push. Ollie pushing above the B site, landing to ceiling. Oh, Goblin gets the kill on Merca, pushing into storage. Res Silence gets mollied, and they get denied the push. They breach the ceiling catch onto that B site. Goblin getting that flank kill on Alex Silence, but Ollie getting that wallbang headshot on Vino. It seems like AESIR EU have that advantage, but Res Silence definitely silencing Goblin there, and Rise getting ready to push this. He can golly, but gets traded out by General. All these trades come through, and that's just a 1v1. But Dexter is very low, trying those wallbang shots, but General is in a tough spot. Dexter might get caught off guard here, peeking the area, but oh, the trades come out, and General falls to Dexter. Dexter able to get that round secure, and that's just a fourth round to AESIR EU. This is definitely seeming like a comeback. What do you think?
Yes. Yes, it is looking absolutely like a comeback here from AESIR EU. And what an incredibly close round that was. It came down to the last players there. Good patience from General, but Dexter just had the better shot placement there, and I mean, that could have been the round that guaranteed we go to a third map, but Nexus are sweating. I'm sure the chat is sweating. I'm sweating because we are on the verge of seeing AESIR EU either win this map and take the whole series, or Nexus win this round and then guarantee we go to a third map, and then they could potentially push for it. It opens up a whole slew of outcomes that could happen. But AESIR EU, they still have 2 rounds to win before they guarantee a draw, 3 before they give themselves the win. And they've lost a fair amount of eco because it was heavy losses on both sides. When it comes down to a 1v1 like that, it can hurt your economy. But it looks like AESIR EU faring a little bit better in terms of money. Now, we do have a bit of a UI bug, so I think Rise is using that Vision. We may see some omens coming out, and a bit of eco coming from Nexus, because they don't quite have the funds to continue this complete onslaught. And Mr. Tabs finds some damage. Well, I guess both Mr. Tabs and Alex Silence trade some damage as a frag is tossed down the death hallway. Mr. Frags tossing a frag down the hallway as Rise finds the kill on Amerka, making this a 5 versus 4. Mr. Tabs still sitting by death boxes. Alex Silence just looking to root out a kill there, but Mr. Tabs is tossed to heal, and there it goes right back to Dexter. So now they know that Mr. Tabs has gotten a heal, and there's only 1:50 on the clock, but Tabs is in a pretty rough spot here. Catches a lot of damage from Res Silence. Even more damage, and does go down to Res Silence. It's a double swing from Vino. It doesn't happen, and this isn't good for AESIR EU. They've lost 2 of their players now. They've got one flanking. Res Silence maybe caught by the frag. No, it doesn't happen. Goblin drops Ollie, as it's now a 3 versus 3. Res Silence moving up to the doors. They get another Vezin in hand. Can Nexus break through this AESIR EU defense to go to a third map? Now just a 1:10 on the clock.
Well, yeah, map 3 definitely seems probable here, but AESIR EU holding that defense very strongly. Oh, the Nexus push comes in, but Dexter able to cover for his teammate. Rise getting that second kill on Res Silence, and now it's just Alex Silence alive. He taps the EMP but moves away. He doesn't want to be exposed. Goblin dies to the hands of Alex Silence, looking for that second pick. Taps the EMP. They need to push to deny this plant. Oh, it seemed very close, but Dexter able to finish that and tie out this game. The momentum definitely has shifted in AESIR EU, and they've just won 3 rounds in a row. Why not win 2 more?
I just, every round is getting so close. This is such a close map too. Wow, what a round. It looked like that was going to be it. Alex Silence with beautiful positioning and shot placement took out 2 of those players, but Dexter just swings in and decides, hey, no, I want to tie this game up. And now it's 5-5. Let's take a look at the scoreboard real quick. Dexter 14-5. Goblin 7-9, Mr. Tabs 8-10, Vino 5-8, and Rise 3-8. Alex Silence is 15-7. Wow! Some very high numbers coming out from both teams here. Ollie 9-6, Rez 7-8, General 5-9, and Merca 3-7 as we enter into round number 11. There's now just 2 rounds left in this game, and this is such an important round for both teams, guys, because this is match point. This is going to guarantee whether we go to a third map for Nexus, or if we potentially end off the series here for AESIR EU. Either way, Nexus have 2 chances still to go for a third map, but Mr. Tabs dropping Merca, not an ideal start to say the least for Nexus.
Yeah, you can definitely tell that AESIR EU just want this game finished. They were down so bad. They were down with a considerable loss in rounds. Mr. Tabs pushing Alex Silence and able to get that pick, and now she's down to a 5v3. Mr. Tabs starting off with 2 very aggressive picks, It'll be very interesting to see that ace coming out, but not enough. Res Silence able to finish Mr. Tabs off. Now it's just a 3v3. Seemed like such a dominant lead to AESIR EU, but they're unaware of this flank. Oh, now they are. Ollie triggers the alarm and not wanting to peek that. It's just General waiting outside of the storage area, and who is that? Res Silence wanting to sneak over. They look like they're planning this B push, but it could actually be a pinch onto the A site. Goblin sitting alone on this A site. Res Silence clearing the stairway, but doesn't spot anyone. And General pushing in. Oh, Res Silence gets triggered by the alarm, and Goblin unaware of Ollie flanking behind them, but Dexter definitely aware of General. Res Silence dropping behind him, but not able to get that kill. Now it just seems like a 1v2, or I can't really tell.
Down to Rise, the clutch king here in round number 11. It's tied. The EMP is getting planted. Can Rise make this happen? The last member of AESIR EU standing as Ollie moves out into Waterfall. Ooh, that's got to be rough for Rise, as now they know where this player from AESIR EU is coming from. It could be a map number 3 as Ollie's shooting the feed, and it's going to be a map number 3 as Rise goes down to Ollie. It's a 5-6 game, and Nexus, now all they need to do, is push for victory here on map number 2. That would give them a map. That would give AESIR EU a map. And then it would come down to map number 3. Now, if AESIR EU wins this round and ties this up, well, then they would at least need to get 6 rounds in map 3, or just win the entire map to get a win there. But that's where we currently stand. That's our end game outcomes. But man, it has been a fantastic game and a great clutch up from Nexus, because that round looked very AESIR EU dominant towards the start. It's been a wild ride, and it's only going to continue for another map, a third map, and we are not out of the action just yet. Nexus is buying every utility piece they possibly can. Will they be able to go for victory here? Will AESIR EU shut that down?
Yeah, I don't believe anyone, or not many people, expected Nexus to put up such a fight against one of the giants of EU. Definitely making their time worth, as we have the players just sitting around this balcony. It seems like Nexus want to push that A site, and AESIR EU just sitting back, but it seems like there's a roamer on the bottom floor, but Mr. Tabs getting one and then get traded out by General, able to do some damage, but doesn't seem like that's what he wanted. Nexus triggering the alarms as we have a bunch of players from AESIR EU spraying that breachable wall. Seems they're getting ready to push onto the site. Alex Silence throwing a nade. Doesn't seem to get anyone. Not the intended outcome, but at least he's on the site here. He's in a very tough spot for AESIR EU. Throwing the nade, dealing significant damage to Nexus here, but Res Silence in the midst of all of that, getting a kill on Goblin, and General taking down Dexter. Seems like a 3v3, but
he ends up on a collateral. Are you kidding me? It's a 7-5 game with Nexus taking map 2. This is crazy, Arco. We're going to go to a map 3, and it's on an even playing field. Both teams now have a series. This is crazy. So now it's coming down to map 3, and whoever takes victory on map 3 is going to be the overall winner of this series. What a matchup so far. This has just been absolutely crazy. Thank you, everybody here. We've got 35 people watching right now, watching this map come to a climactic finish. I mean, we still have a whole other map to go, so let's take a look at the scoreboards really quick. It looks like we may be hopping into another short break, but for now, it is over on AESIR EU, 15-7 from Dexter, 11-12 from Mr. Tabs, Vino 5-10, Rise 3-10, and I didn't quite catch Gooblin's score before they left, but over on Nexus, Ollie 11-7, Alex Silence 15-8, Rez Silence 10-8, General 10-10, Merca 3-8, and we may go on a short break. Oh wait, I think all of the players are in the lobby. No. Either that or everybody's sitting on defense right now. But I think it is going to be another break. Let me take a quick look. Let me see here.
I have not been told anything by the players.
Let me see. I'm getting in contact with AESIR EU right now. We'll see if there was a timeout call.
Apparently not. That's what I'm hearing. But they might be getting some subs in. Which...
yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, okay. Everybody's switched over to Revolters, and we have like 2 or 3 on offense. Let me see what the response is. Okay, no, it is not a timeout. We are, in fact, going to get ready to head right into map number 3. They're just swapping some players around like Arco called. But yeah, let me quickly fix up this prediction here and get everybody paid out. Okay, here we go. And it is Nexus. Wow. And let's complete that. Oh, that's a killing. Those 2 voters made so many points because a lot was put in on AESIR EU winning that. Well, now it's time for the map 3 prediction. 5 minutes starting now. Okay.
Yeah, with these recent scores, it definitely feels like this third map could go either way. Of course, if it turns into a draw, then we're in for... But... we don't even know what the 3 is. Of course, they can't play Factory, they can't play Hideout. The next best call might be... Ship, maybe. Of course, well, we shall wait and see as the players are coming in to the lobby. We are just waiting on someone to join.
Just 1 second. Okay, let's see. Yeah, just some quick little dispute about maps and who goes on what side and who goes where. But we are going to hop into the 3rd map fairly soon, I think. Yeah, let's see. Lower Elo picks map 3. Higher Elo picks starting side for map 3. Okay, 3rd and final map is going to be Arctic. Here we go. This is it. The finale of what has been one of the craziest matches we've seen of BCL Season 2 so far, and we are only in week 2. I mean, if this isn't a good indication of what's to come, I don't know what is, but let's take a quick look at our prediction before before we get into this game, let me take a look here. It is 61% in favor of AESIR EU, 39% in favor of Nexus. Reminder, you still have a bit of time left to get that submission in for who you think is going to win. But meanwhile, over into Action City over here, we have AESIR EU on the offense, Nexus starting off on the defense. Here we go into round number 1 of map number 3. It's either going to be a win for AESIR EU or it's going to be for Nexus, and I certainly hope it's not a tie because those are kind of boring. But anyways, we do see a breach into Kitchen from AESIR EU as Ollie looking to swing and get that drone out of the game early. No, misses it, keeps missing it, and it's been droned out. And Mr. Frags is tossing another frag. I don't know why I keep calling Mr. Tabs Mr. Frags, but Dexter catching one as we see Res Silence tossing a frag and is caught by Dexter. They're giving too many ones up to AESIR EU, and they're just storming through Cafeteria right now with 2.5 minutes on the clock right now. General standing up on the box. There goes the breach as AESIR EU filing their way over into Site B. They're getting the EMP planted right now. General looks to swing into a quad swing. Merca finding 2, but the EMP's been planted. Merca, I believe, found another one before. No, didn't find another one before going down. And Aidenator, a sub for AESIR EU, catches the final kill. Arco, that was a crazy start to this third map.
Yeah, they've definitely switched up the pace. They did adapt to Nexus last game, but now they're returning to their aggressive tendencies. And Nexus, they have to adapt very quickly here, because if AESIR EU manage to win this second round, then they'll have that advantage, and AESIR EU saw what an advantage meant for Nexus. They earned that 4-2 on the second map, first half, and Nexus definitely don't want that to be happening to them.
Certainly not, but AESIR EU is also purchasing a plethora of Vezins to use against Nexus, and this, I mean, they're investing into this round. They want this win so bad so that they can set a lot of early momentum here as they move on to the offensive half. I've seen a lot of debate that Arctic is more of a defender-sided map. As we see 2 quick trades, Dexter drops 1 and finds a beautiful double kill. Here's Res Silence over in the corner of boxes, finds a kill onto Mr. Tabs, but decides to rotate back into the hallway. Aidenator looking to push up through boxes as Res Silence is forced back into the hallway. 2.5 minutes on the clock. There's a frag tossed in, forces Res to advance into boxes right into the line of fire from Rise. Very, very well played from AESIR EU, as it's now just down to a 2 versus 3 with General and Ollie, last 2 members of Nexus standing.
Well, it's not that big of a player advantage for Nexus. They can definitely still win this if General gets the kill on this peak, but it doesn't even matter. Dexter managing to get General, but they don't know about Ollie on this flank. Now, it all just depends on whether they have an alarm or some type of utility holding. Of course, they've planted the EMP. It's just down to 1v3 for Ollie here. Whiffing all his shots on Rise, and that definitely cost him the round. Dexter able to finish him up. That was very unfortunate, and AESIR EU getting that second round. Now they definitely got that momentum, but they're up against a big buy from Nexus. Will they be able to carry this momentum on to a easy win, or is it going to be a very long game like map 2?
Well, we'll find out here, but man, AESIR EU, they are not retreating at all. They've been on fire for these first 2 rounds. It looks like they really want to close things out here on map number 3 and not give Nexus the chance to even find a bit of momentum against them. But wow, What a start it's been so far. Now we're on to round number 3. Let's take a quick look at the scoreboard here. Merca 3-2, Rez 1-2. Everybody else on Nexus is yet to score a kill. They're all 0-2. And over on AESIR, 6-0 from Dexter is having a perfect game, along with Aidenator 1-0 and Rise 1-0, Vino 1-2, and Mr. Tabs is also 1-2. As we head into round number 3 in this third and final map, and if a team wanted some early momentum, well, AESIR is certainly finding some of that as they take 2 rounds against the Nexus defense. And if they play better on the defense, well, we might be in for a quick map 3. But hey, anything can happen. Nexus certainly isn't out of this. In fact, they're just getting started as they do have some rifles, but Mr. Tabs taking out General, who maybe was not expecting to walk right into the push from AESIR, but still early pick for Nexus to give up. Here's Res Silence on the flank with that Cyclone, looking to make use of it, but Aidenator catching that, not giving Nexus even an inch to work with here. Rise drops Ollie across the map as we see Merca looking to rotate back through the connector. Here's Alex Silence that look to rendezvous over back towards Site B, but all 5 members of AESIR are still alive. And it's just down to Merca and Alex Silence against all 5 of them.
Yeah, this has definitely looked like a flawless round for AESIR. I expect most people don't expect the 2 remaining players on Nexus to be able to do much, and definitely seems like they won't be able to do much. It's better for them to just save the current rifles they have to be able to form some kind of attack in the next round. But with that, they're also giving up another round, and these rounds they're giving up, these are really building up, and it definitely is not too soon before that build up goes too far beyond Nexus's control. Merca actually able to get a kill on Vino there before the next round begins, but they've just given AESIR a 3rd round, and it's starting to look very bad for Nexus, but they can definitely try and earn some rounds back. We just have to wait and see what Nexus can pull out of their infinite bag of skills and possibilities.
I'm just seeing a little joke there. I'm on fire today from Magolo, because AESIR used to be known as Fire. It's a funny joke, but anyways, here we are on round number 3. It's a hat trick for AESIR Nexus, purchasing some rifles as well. They're only able to field 4 instead of the traditional 5 that they would probably like to have here, but we'll see. I mean, they have got to slow down AESIR somehow. Otherwise, they're going to be in a lot of trouble. And I'm thinking a big problem that we've been seeing is they're playing really far off the sites, right? And they're giving a lot of, ones to AESIR, and AESIR is just double, triple, quad swinging these and finding an insane amount of kills. And they're just stomping through this Nexus defense. So Nexus, they need to slow down, form up as a group to deal with AESIR. But I mean, when they're split pushing like this, it may be a bit of a hassle to deal with that, as Mr. Tabs, Mr. Frags, tossing a frag into all the way through the vent, but it doesn't actually find some damage onto Merca. Here's Mr. Tabs moving up through center of Site B, catches a kill as Alex Silence actually finds trip mines on a Rise. Mr. Tabs dropping his 2nd kill. Mr. Tabs turn into Mr. Frags, and by that I mean kills, as we see Mr. Tabs drop another kill. Alex Silence looking to rotate back through bathroom as the EMP's been planted once again. Who's this on the flank? It's Rez Silence, as Alex Silence manages to find a kill onto Mr. Tabs. Rez goes down to Aidenator, and it's now just down to Alex Silence, the last hope of Nexus in this round. The EMP is slowly ticking down. Alex Silence is going to need to frag out here fairly soon. Picks up some damage from that frag as Aidenator If they didn't know that Alex Silence was in there before, they certainly know where Alex Silence is now. Vino looking to jiggle peek and Aidinator shutting that flank down as it's quickly become a 4-0 game. I'm getting worried for Nexus at this point, Arco, because they're having a lot of problems slowing AESIR EU down.
Yeah, I don't really know what happened in between these games, but these aggressive pushes from ACU didn't work before, but now they're working out. It could also be because of Mr. Frags here getting a 3K, but it could be more of Nexus not holding the sights to a level to hold off ACU. Now that is definitely a problem, because if ACU, known for their aggression, is pushing into the site and Nexus can't stop that, then they really have little hope of stopping any further momentum from progressing. But this momentum could turn around. Both teams have really good buys, and it all just depends on how they use these buys to win rounds.
Here we go into round number 5. And next round is going to be that halftime round again. Don't forget, as we see AESIR EU changing their push-up. Wow, this is pretty fragmented. Ron is all the way over by boxes, opening up the wall over there. What is this? It's a quad stack as they're getting ready to head over to Site B. Rise is just droning in, making it look like the push is coming over from boxes. Oh my goodness, is this gonna work? Are they gonna just walk into the site and just get that EMP planted? We'll see. Maybe have they heard it now? Merca definitely has, right? Yeah, Merca knows where the push is coming. Oh, it's too late. It's too late. They're already deep into the site. Mr. Tabs finding General as Alex Silence does manage to drop Rise, but the EMP's been planted. Vino taking out Alex Silence as Merca now looks to bring up and find another kill here, but Vino is rejecting that, not having any of it. Drops a kill there. Here comes Res Silence on lower red stairs. Aidinator waiting on the corners of Frag is tossed out. That's an S-tier frag as Res Silence finds 2 with that. Swings out, but is caught by Vino as Ollie now moves into generators, but a good positioning from AESIR EU. They catch that kill. They move 5-0 into round number 6.
That was a really important round. Not necessarily important, but a very strong round from Nexus. They definitely should have won, but ACU they're doing it a little bit more and able to win that round. And it's a 5-0 lead. This map score is looking flawless for AESIR EU, and I really have little vision on Nexus being able to make a full comeback here, but a good start would be getting a first round on this half. Of course, it's the last round of this half, and they still have time to reset the momentum, but with such a dominant game from AESIR EU, it seems very unlikely.
Well, I mean, you gotta have hope, Nexus fans, because there's a possibility that they can get this. All they need to really do here is get a win, and then that would prevent the first half lockout from AESIR EU, and then they just, bring it back 6 rounds in a row on the second half, right? As simple as that. But anyways, here we go with a round number 6, the final round in the first half. This is either going to be a first half lockout for AESIR EU, or Nexus are going to find a round. I mean, hey, first half lockout would immediately guarantee a tie for AESIR EU, and then they could push for victory. We'll see what happens. They've certainly been on fire here in the first half of... Oh my goodness. Alex Silence is forced to push up and does catch Mr. Tabs before going down to Vino. Meanwhile, upstairs is Ollie, as General dropping 2. This is probably what we needed. This is what we needed from Nexus. It's not probably what we needed. As we see Ollie now making their way down the white stairs, getting ready to make their way into the white... all the way, and they swing out, and they find one, and they find two. Ollie drops two. I mean, come on, Erica, you can't give up on Nexus just yet. It's 1-5 as we head into the side swap.
Yeah, I definitely said that the first thing they need is a map win for the final map, a round win for the final round of that half. Of course, they definitely need this map win, but they're down 4 rounds, and unless they can pull back like 5 rounds in a row, it seems very unlikely that they're going to get this map win. But getting the first round is a good start to flipping the momentum in the side of Nexus and really dealing damage to AESIR EU. Of course, the economy's reset. It all depends on how this pistol round goes. If AESIR EU get this, then they've secured that draw, and we may see an easy 7-1 finish for AESIR EU, but that's the best thing they can do. We're just waiting for what Nexus could do here as they start droning in.
Perhaps Nexus is going to reveal their hidden talent for attacking on Arctic here. Alex Silence is starting off with a kill onto Aidinator. Look, anything's possible at this point in the game as we see Vino looking to move into Cafeteria, and I think that both teams are just awakening their level of skill on offense because Rez Silence finds the kill onto Vino. Excuse me, as we see Ollie get, General drop Dexter. I mean, we're seeing the exact same thing happen to AESIR EU that we saw happen to Nexus. They're giving a big group of players just nothing but ones. And, I mean, it's kind of goofy to see both the teams kind of making the same mistake here. Ollie looking to get that EMP planted as Rise is way in the back of Bathroom, trying to find a pick here. There's Mr. Tabs. Oh my goodness, they get dropped by Alex Silence. It's now just down to Rise. There's no way we can see a complete reversal from Nexus, right? They've got all 5 of their players up. They haven't even lost one yet, and Rise goes down to General. Oh my goodness, it could happen. It could absolutely happen. We'll talk to Arco in just a minute. Just got to check the scoreboard real quick because we haven't done that in quite some time. Aidinator 4-3, Mr. Tab 7-5, Dexter 6-3, Vino 5-6, and Rise 2-4 over on Nexus. Alex Silence 6-5, Ollie 3-5, General 4-5, along with Rez Silence and Merca 4-4.
Yeah, you definitely expect AESIR EU to learn from Nexus's mistakes, but they don't seem to be doing that. They seem to be making more mistakes than they did in the first half, which seems to be costing them rounds. Of course, when the enemy team is pushing into your side with 5 players, it's very not efficient to peek one by one and just give 5v1s instead of a 5v5. The AESIR EU could win, but they're just giving the ones, which is really letting AESIR EU down, and Nexus is definitely capitalizing from that. But we need to see if Nexus can capitalize all the way to a map victory.
We are again, like, it seems like we're playing 4 corners here, as we've got people all over the map, both on offense and on defense. Where is the main push even coming from? I guess it's going to be over on site A from Nexus, as Alex Silence and Rez Silence make their way into the red hallway and now make their way over to Cloak as we see 2 minutes 20 on the clock. It looks like they are going to attack the server corner here. Ollie is up on the roof as Mr. Tabs now making their way down the white stairs. Could catch a lot of damage here onto Rez Silence. Dexter finding General as there goes the wall into the server corner. There's a frag tossed. Not quite where they wanted it to go, but Mr. Tabs is making their way through the flank there. Could catch all. Oh my goodness, there goes Merca as they're dropped by a Jesper. Mr. Tabs does go down to Ollie, however, and they do recover that Vezin as it's now a 4 versus 3, I want to say. Yeah, okay, it is a 4 versus 3. Sorry, the UI is a bit confusing. It is. Ollie does manage to take out Rise. Here's Aidenator with that Spectral as the EMP. Ollie's trying to get it planted, but it's not quite behaving. Ollie dropping Vino as Ollie looking to get that EMP planted. There's Dexter on the flank as they're now making their way into the hallway. They could find Res Silence. Aidenator dropping Ollie as it's now just down to Res Silence and Alex Silence against Dexter, who's completely flanking them. They've taken out all the players in sight, but they've got to be watching their flank because Dexter might be able to devastate them here.
Yeah, you definitely...
15 seconds left on the clock. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
You definitely expect them to be wary. They've looked everywhere and Dexter's nowhere. The only place they haven't checked in a while is flank, but... we should see from Dexter what he's able to pull out. But it seems like they're holding for the push. No, it just seems who's going to get that first pick. And it seems like Alex Silence gets that pick on Dexter, giving a third round to Nexus, making a comeback very possible here.
Well, I mean, we're now just 2 rounds off of seeing a tie here. I told you, Arca, you can't ever give up here because Nexus are turning this around so fast, and they're now just 2 rounds off of tying it up with AESIR EU. What is happening? AESIR EU looked so promising here as we started. They just trampled the Nexus defense to get a 5-1 lead as we headed into the second half, and now it's quickly falling away from them. Now they do have some rifles here. It is a rifle round from both teams, so potentially this is the momentum that AESIR EU could need to get a round win over Nexus, but we shall find out momentarily. And we do see the sights are up again on the top floor. Rez and Merca outside a kitchen as Alex Silence in general looking to open up that roof hatch. 2 minutes 50 on the clock as we get ready to head into round number 9.
Yeah, I mean, Nexus have just earned 2 rounds, and AESIR EU throwing a lot of those rounds. Could have easily won that if played it right. But now they've got the rifles. Now they equaled the gun difference. They made it no more of a gun difference, and there seem to be 2 people holding the same peak. Ollie seems to want to peek that, throwing the nade. Dexter! Oh, Dexter getting the kill on General. S-tier frag. I'm stealing your vocabulary, but it doesn't matter. But 3 of Nexus players are there, and Vino gets killed by Res Silence, who is low on HP, but gets away. And don't really see much. The momentum, the pace of this round stop. But Nexus are working their way up slowly. You have all of the players from AESIR EU stacked onto the sites. They're getting ready to breach. They're all regrouping around this B site area, ready to breach. The breaching foam is placed, and they're going to breach soon. But Mr. Tabs lurking behind that corner. Seems like they're waiting for one of the AESIR players to make a mistake, but the breach comes in and Alex Silence gets the kill on Aidenator, and seems like it's an open site, but they don't know that there are actually 2 players on this B site. Ollie taps the EMP and doesn't actually plant it, but Mr. Tabs just sitting around this corner, able to get Merca. Dexter pushing in, gets Res Silence, gets Ollie, but gets traded out by Alex Silence. That's just a 1v2 for Alex Silence here for Nexus, and Alex Silence could definitely do a lot of damage cloaked up, but it doesn't even matter. Mr. Tabs spots and gets no kill. Now, 6th round for AESIR EU. They have secured that draw. This is looking very bad for Nexus, and once again, we're back to that point where it's looking less likely for Nexus to make that comeback. But they could draw this out, and who knows what could happen from there.
And it is a shame that Nexus's potential win gets shut down there. It was getting really, really good. Of course, like Arco pointed out, they can still potentially tie it up. But ultimately, AESIR EU, they played that very, very well. Mr. Tabs making effective use of the map there and secured a kill right at the end. And it was well played by AESIR EU. They've done an excellent job here on Arctic. And hey, this could potentially be the final round of this series. It's taken a while to get here, but it has certainly been a very, very fun ride. And we'll see. Oh, Zuko, don't say that map 3 is going to be a tie. No, you don't want it to be a tie. There has to be a winner. As we see Alex Silence and Res Silence make their way into gym. There goes the hatch. Are they just going to drop in? I certainly hope not. That would be a death sentence for them. It looks like they are just going to hang around upstairs for a little bit until they change their push. What is Ollie doing? They're trying to snipe with a Canut. I mean, first time for everything, you know? As we see Ollie making their way into red hallway, they do have the breaching foam on. Materials General dropping Vino as they are looking to wrap a bit and force. Oh my, an S-tier frag from Mr. Tabs. Mr. Frags has made an appearance once again as Ollie moving over into green, and we see 2 minutes, 10 seconds left on the clock right now. Alex Silence, Res Silence still upstairs waiting for any kind of roam. But it has certainly been an interesting start for both sides. They're both just missing one player at this point. 2 minutes left on the clock still. And they do have possession of the EMP. There's a frag tossed by Dexter. Doesn't quite find anybody. Rise looking for some damage, catches a bit onto Res Silence. Alex Silence drops Dexter as Rise finds a refrag. Mr. Tabs taking out Ollie as it's now just down to Res. As Rise takes out Merca, it's now just down to Res Silence, who goes down to Rise. And it is a 7-3 game with AESIR EU closing things out with a win against Nexus here on map number 3.
That is definitely an ego boost in the direction of AESIR EU. They definitely needed that. They're even fantastic because of this win. They definitely could have won that more floor, but you don't always get what you want. Nexus, though, really showed a lot of promise to take down this EU giant, but clearly not enough. Their lead as we get into the scoreboard here. Aidenator with 5-5, Mr. Tabs 12 and 6, Dexter 10 and 6, Rise 5-5, and some players have left, but now we move on to Nexus. Alex Silence 11-7, Ollie with 6 and 8, and General with 5 and 8. That was a very interesting matchup.
It absolutely was. I mean, and it was exciting the entire time. Really quick, thank you for the raid from Zuko. But wow, map number 1, 7-2 on Factory, went to AESIR EU. Map number 2 got incredibly close, went to Nexus. Map number 3 started off really, really good for AESIR EU. Then Nexus started to bring it back, but AESIR EU had the power to close things out. And what a matchup it's been. The EU scene for BCL has just been really, really fun to watch. And We'll have to check in on the NA side of things next time and see how they're doing over there. But wow, what a matchup it's been. Really close, and big thank you to everybody for joining us here today. Big thank you to Arco, my co-caster. This is first ever cast here for the BCL, so you did a great job, Arco, and thank you for joining me. And of course, thank you, as always, to our wonderful camera operator, Rays, for handling the whole show for us. But for now, that's going to do it for us over here at the BCL. I'm Gibular Bob, and we'll see you all next time. Have a fantastic rest of your night, everybody.
Oh wow, what a great game. Gonna watch it back later. Whoa, what's this?
Player, team, plant, depth view, equipment, sneak, anti-sneak.
All right, everyone, ready up.
All right, let's get it.
You go on the roof, we'll take the side windows.
Can I ball for a minute? Right on. I got this, let it roll like a night storm. Forever winning, don't you ever get
They're
in my
incoming,
way.
top
'Cause
level.
otherwise I'ma rise up in your face.
I set the tripwire.
Somebody cover the windows. I've got the ceiling. Get ready to breach.
I hear them. They're behind the wall.
I can see my name in lights. Spark from the heart and it shines so bright. Yeah, let's go, let's go, let's go. I can see my name in lights. Feeling alright. Yeah, so let the whole world know. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Drone out. Got him. Basement level.
We're close. Plant the EMP. Activating cloak.
He's going for the EMP.
Don't let him through. Planning now, cover me.
We're running out of time. Take him out.
Go, go, go.
Almost there.